Iran has an ancient history. The Persian Empire once ruled half the known world. That's produced a people who are proud of their past, resentful of foreign intrusion.
Of course, we should remember that the Persian Empire is 2,500 years old. But the modern state of Iran, as we know it, was created in effect in 1925 by a charismatic soldier who proclaimed himself as Reza Shah Pahlavi of Iran and set about to modernize the country. And of course, it was Britain which was first in getting hold of the Iranian oil. It was a certain Englishman called William Knox Darcy who obtained the first concession. This enabled Britain to use Iranian oil in the First World War. And as Winston Churchill said it, the British battleships floated with Iranian oil to victory.
Before the discovery of oil, Iran was really a backwater to the great game between Russia and Britain. It was a buffer state. Iran became the pillar of the greatest empire on earth. So it changed Iran's position strategically. Oil was becoming the energy source of the new industrial revolution. It may not be wrong to say that the history of Iran in the 20th century is a byproduct of oil.
The result was a pervasive British presence, the planting of a thoroughly British way of life. British-run schools taught the children of Iranians working for oil. There was even rugby, one thing that never really caught on.
For many Iranian nationalists, the very presence of the Anglo-Iranian Oil Company was deeply humiliating because they saw it as a company that is exploiting Iranians, that is buying Iranian oil very cheaply, and is paying very little regard to the Iranian people.
The Second World War gave Britain a chance to strengthen its influence even more. Teaming up with the Russians to preempt a German move on Iran's oil, the British army invaded. The Iranians could only look on. The first Shah fled to exile. He abdicated in favor of his son, Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. By the time the young Shah had consolidated his rule in the early 1950s, all this foreign interference had prompted the stirrings of nationalism.
In 1951, it was the democratically elected Prime Minister of Iran, Dr. Mossadegh, who asserted Iranian independence by nationalizing the oil industries. It was a very courageous move, considering the ever-presence of the Iranian Oil Company and its power in Iran.
Persians think that by nationalizing oil, they are going to get rich. Unfortunately, the reverse will be the case.
There was turmoil in the streets. Britain and the United States encouraged the Shah's supporters to hit back. But for the moment, it was the nationalists who carried the day. Britain announced a boycott of Iranian oil and pulled its workers out of the country.
But it was the United States of America that outwitted everyone. The CIA paid the ruffians in the streets of Tehran to demonstrate against Dr. Mossadegh, and ultimately a coup d'etat was organized and Dr. Mossadegh was removed from power.
In fact, Dr. Mossadegh thought that America could help Iran in gaining its independence. And then, lo and behold, they see it's the United States that really puts an end to it. So this is, I think, the hard core of this deep, deep resentment.
I was expecting that the British may do something, but the American being involved I didn't expect, because the Americans always they claim that they are carrying the banner of democracy, and it was unacceptable for me that the American suffocating the process of democracy in Iran in a very embryonic stage. So I was very angry of the Americans' involvement in the military coup in Iran against Dr. Mossadegh.